Hello, 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 and welcome to the first edition of Piano Things, which is a four-part segment. In this first part, we're going to be learning how to play your first major scale, which I'm super excited about. We're going to talk about the black key groups and how you distinguish between the different white keys. We're going to learn some new terminology like half steps and whole steps. And then we're going to learn how to build that scale. And along with building that scale, I'm going to teach you the proper fingering and the technique to play the scale. When I'm talking about the black key groups, I'm talking about these right here. If you look closely, you notice that there's a pattern, right? So the pattern starts 2 black keys, then 3, then 2, then 3, and then 2, then 3. Some pianos, it may start on 3, depending on how long or how short your piano is, obviously. It might start on 3, it might start on 2. But the really important thing to remember is that it's always 2 and 3, or 3 and then 2. Let's focus on the 2 black key group first. So with the 2 black key group, there are 3 notes that are found within those 2 black keys. Just go ahead and outline this entire area right here, okay? So with the 2 black keys, you have 3 white keys that accompany them, right? Okay. The first white key to the left is going to be note C. Okay. Then in the middle, in between the 2 black keys, which makes it pretty easy to remember because it's in the middle, is D. And all the way to the far right after the second black key is E. Moving on to the group of 3 black keys, I'm going to go ahead and use my red marker. And you'll notice that with the 3 black keys, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 white keys that accompany the black ones. We noticed that when we looked at the group of 2, there were 3 white keys. So there we go, there's a difference. If you can remember, when there's 2 black keys, there's 3 white keys with them. And with the 3 black key group, we have 4 white keys, okay? Now check this out. To the left of the first black key that's in the group of 3, we have the letters F. Then after that, we have G, A, and then all the way to the end, after the last key in that group of 3, we have the letter B. Okay? Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably already noticing that these are the same letters that we will find in the alphabet, right? Well, you'd be right. But there's a small difference. We have the normal alphabet and then we have the music alphabet. When it comes to the music alphabet, there are only 7 letters. The music alphabet also starts on the letter A. And it goes from A all the way up to G, and then it just repeats and goes around and around and around in a circle again. So right now, you guys just learned about the black key groups, which is the 2 black keys, the 3 black keys. Then we learned about the white keys associated with those 2 groups. And then, with knowing those white keys, we learned the music alphabet. So, but if you have your keyboard at home, right, you can look at my board here and you can compare it to your keyboard at home. And then now you can start seeing, oh, this one is C, this one is D, this one is E, F, G, A, and then B. And then guess what? What do you guys think this note right here is going to be? If you guessed C, you were correct. Good job. So that's C. And why do we know that's C? Because look at where it is. It's right next to the 2 black key group. And remember, what did we say? To the left of the 2 black keys, the first one was C. So this would also be C. All right, looks like you guys are ready for your first new term, which is going to be a half step. A half step is just the distance you're traveling between one note to the next. Okay, so check it out. Remember that new note we just learned about, which was C, right? Because it's with the 2 black key group. Okay, let's say we went from C to this black key right here. You see that motion, how we're going from here to here? I want you to take a second to think. Did you move a far distance or was that super close? That's right, that was super close. We didn't really move at all. We moved from this white key to this black key. And when you move a short distance like that, we call that a half step. Now, when it comes to the whole step is just like the half step, but it's two of them, right? When you think about adding two halves together, right, you get a whole. So if you did two half steps, you would get a whole step, right? So let's check it out. I want you to do this with me. Find your C on your piano, right? Remember, we know it's C because of the two black keys. Find your group of two, okay? And then find your C with me, okay? Good job. Now I want you to go from here to here, which is a half step, and then from here to here. Now you just moved up a whole step. When you go from this note, which is C, to this note, which is D, you're moving up a whole step. Let's find our C. Remember with the two black key group? C. Okay. And then let's move up a half step. You try it first. Okay, now I'm going to do it. You tell me if you got it right. If you moved from here to here, that's correct. You did a half step. Good job. Now let's do a whole step together. Ready? From C. That's a whole step. So good job, guys. You just learned the difference between a half step and a whole step. All right, are you ready, guys? Since you're going to be learning your first major scale today, I have to teach you this top secret major scale formula. I'm just kidding. It's not really that top secret. So with this formula, you see I have W's and H's, right? The W stands for whole step. And then you guys remember when we just talked about the whole step, right? If we started on C and I went up a whole step, would I end up on this black key or would I end up here? That's right, I end up here. That's a whole step. And then the H is the half step, okay? So I'm going to do it really slow with you guys. Hold on. Find your C. Everybody find your C really quick, okay? Two black keys. All right, awesome. Let's follow this formula and build the C major scale. I'm so excited. Okay, so we're starting on C. You can just use a pointer for now, okay? Find your pointer and just use that. We're starting at C. That's our starting point. From C, then we do all these different steps, okay? So I'm on C. Now I need to do a whole step. Let's do a whole step. Now I need to do another whole step. What's next? Half step. Good. Another whole step. Whole step. Whole step. And then I end it with a half step. So if at this point you haven't been writing anything down, take a minute to pause the video and go get some paper. So over here, we took the two black key groups and the three black key groups and we figured out these white keys, right? Which goes from C to B, right? And then after that, we learned that this is C as well because it's with the two black key groups, right? Okay, cool. Then we just learned that the major scale has a not so top secret formula that we can use to figure out the notes in the scale. Okay, so I went ahead and wrote down the C major scale for you guys right here. Please write this down. Write it down, write it down, write it down. And I'm going to show you guys where all the half steps and whole steps are. So from C to D, right? Remember when we're going from C to D. To get to D, we have to start at the white key, go to this black key, and then get to D, which makes it a whole step, right? Same thing with going from D to E. That's another whole step, guys, right? And then hold on, just so we remember what the formula was. Remember the formula was whole, whole, half, whole, 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 half. Okay, so that's the formula. So far we use the W down here, W down here. Then what's next in the formula? You guys tell me. I think I heard somebody say half step. Nice work. So that's the half step. Then from F to G, another whole step. G to A, what's that? Whole step. A to B, whole step. And then let's finish it up from B to C, white key to white key, half step. All right, let's do it on the piano this time. So we start on C, then we move up a whole step, we move up another whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, and then a half step. All right, good. So wow, congratulations, you guys just learned your first major scale. As you saw, it did not involve any of the black keys. This major scale uses all white keys, and there are 8 notes in it. 7 different notes, right? We have C and C repeat each other, right? In major scales, you're going to notice that they begin and end on the same note. So since you have officially learned your first major scale, which is the C major scale, now it's time for us to start talking about fingering. So when you're playing a major scale, you want to make sure that you're playing it in such a way to where it could be as effortless and as easy as possible. And you want to make sure that you don't cause any injury or harm to your hands or your wrists or fingers when you're playing. So the first thing that's really important to remember is that when you're playing the piano, you want to keep your fingers curved and you want to keep your wrists straight, okay? Now as you see here, we have numbers that go from 1 to 5. This is my right hand, so you can take out your right hand. When we're looking at our hands, they all have a number attached to each of the fingers, and I know the thumb isn't technically a finger. Don't get in the comments about that, right? But the thumb is 1, the pointer is 2, the middle finger is 3, ring finger is 4, and then you have your pinky, which is finger 5, okay? So let's try the right hand first. So you see, remember I told you about taking out that paper? Go ahead and write down the C major scale and then write the scale fingering, right? For the right hand, we have the fingers corresponding with the letters here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I know you might be thinking, how am I supposed to get from 3 to 1 right there? Don't worry. That's what Carla's here for. So we have our thumb starting on C because they said 1 on C, right? And you guys remember, you should know, this is C now. Because remember earlier in the video, we talked about that the 2 black key groups had the 3 white keys. And with the 2 black key groups were what? Let me hear you guys tell me. What's this one? And then what's this one? And then this one? Okay, I hope I heard C, D, and E. So I'm starting on C, and I'm going with my 3rd finger. And then now watch this really carefully. I'm taking my thumb, which is 1, and I'm going what we call under the bridge, right? Look at my thumb. I'm just tugging it under. Look at it disappear. Okay? I'm tucking it under, and then it's getting to F. See, watch this. See that? And then you see how the rest of my fingers just kind of transferred over? You might want to take a little bit of time to practice doing that transfer. I'll let you see it again. So thumb starting on C. I'm maintaining a curved shape with my fingers and my wrist is straight. Okay? And it's also worth noticing that I'm also sitting up straight and tall at my piano as well. Under. Okay, practice that a couple times. Okay, now that I'm at 1 on F, pointer G, A, B, and then C. Good job. Okay, now that's how you would play it forwards. In the piano world, we usually play our major scales forwards and backwards, and then we usually play them with both hands, okay? So that was the right hand. This is how it would look if you went backwards. So we would start on C, right? And we would go backwards from C. C. Okay, now check it out. Now I'm going to do the opposite. Instead of going under the bridge, I'm going to go over my thumb. You guys saw that movement? Bringing my middle finger over my thumb like that. Two right there on D. Remember, D is in between the two black keys. And then 1. Wow. In just one video, you guys can play the C major scale forwards and backwards like that. You're already almost a pro. Wow. So with a little bit more speed, this is how it would look. If you're feeling adventurous, stick around for the bonus video that talks about playing the left hand and the right hand and left hand together. See you guys there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please comment below if you have any questions, or if you even want to do a little meeting and have a small mini lesson with me talking about anything I talked about. I'll see you guys then. This is Carla May signing off from Piano Things.